Shalom, call halal Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua Ba'ashim Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of GMS, including the elders that came before them and taught us his truth. Shalom and salutations to all the brothers out pushing the word in truth and its sincerity, the hopeful elect, Tabernacle of David. I'm the brother Yahshua, back with the WW3 Daily update. And shalom and salutations to you that have tuned in. We're going to try to keep this short, okay? World War III is popping, okay? Or at least that's what they want us to believe, all right? Because this whole Nancy Pelosi going to Taiwan and we're going to shoot her plane out of the sky and blah, 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 blah. You got to understand that China and the United States are actually, they're at one with each other, okay? It doesn't say that in the scriptures, it doesn't say that Moab is going to take down Babylon the Great. Rather, it says the Persian, Salakia, the Medes are going to take down, okay, pursuant to Ezekiel 38. The Medes, the Russians, are at odds with Babylon the Great, okay? And the Persians, right? Because it names off what alliance. Let's get that real quick, and then we'll read Obadiah. Okay, so Ezekiel. And here's how you tell the future. It's in the Bible. Okay, Ezekiel 38. You just got to know who the players are. All right? Prophecy, a future event against Gog, the land of Magog, which is Russia. Okay? So let's just go through it. You got Russia, okay, and all of that land up in there, right? And then it goes into an alliance, okay? Persia, Iran, Cush. Let's get that in the KJV. Persia, Iran, Ethiopia, the Ethiopians, down in the land of Ham, Africa, and Libya with them. Gomer, you see how it's naming off the Tagarma, okay? And we can get the map out. Get the map out. Come on, map. I'm the map, I'm the map, I'm the map. I'm the map. Get the map. I'm the map, I'm the map. Come on, map. All right. So this is saying Gomer is Turkey, Tagarma is Syria. All right. Persia is Iran. Libya is Libya, right here in Africa. Ethiopia is Ethiopia. Okay. Magog is Russia, saying South Russia. Okay. So when you go back here, you know who the players are. Okay? Now, nowhere in here does it say Moab, because who is Moab? China. Who is Ammon? Japan. So when you know the players, you know what is about to happen. So let's go back. All right? Now, is China going to go to war with the U.S.? They're all going to go to war with the U.S. All right, this is Obadiah 1 and 7. All right, all the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is no understanding. Let's read it in the NIV. All your allies, who is Babylon's ally? Israel, or the Israelis, I'll call them. Okay, Great Britain, Australia. Okay, the EU, NATO. Okay, who are you over there fighting with right now? Zelensky. All right, that's Ukraine. Okay, what does it say? All your Canada, all your allies will force you to the border. Your friends will deceive and overpower you. Those who eat your bread will set a trap for you, but you will not detect it. That's China is eating the bread. Okay, where does China get its money? Bread. By selling Babylon the Great cheap bullshit Walmart products. NLT. All your allies will turn against you. They will help you. They will help to chase you from your land. They will promise you peace while plotting to deceive and destroy you. Your trusted friends will set traps for you and you won't even know about it. All right? So this is a dog and pony show. All right? China's not, and they are going to turn, everybody's going to turn on Babylon the Great. But right now, they're acting as though they're allies. Taiwan, is Taiwan an ally to the United States? They're saying they are. Until they get left out, hanging out there like Afghanistan. Taiwan rejects China's one country, two system plan. Let's watch this.
And Taiwan has rejected the one country, two systems model, which was proposed by Beijing in a white paper that was published this week. The Foreign Ministry in Taipei said only the people of Taiwan can decide the island's future.
The two sides of the strait are not affiliated to each other, and we reject one country, two systems model. Only Taiwan's people can decide its future, and only the government elected by the people can represent the people of Taiwan in the international community. Of course, the statement of China goes against the facts and reality in the two straits, and it also goes against the international law. China was merely using US House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's visit to Taiwan as an excuse to create a new normality to intimidate Taiwan's people.
Now, in its first white paper on Taiwan under the current Chinese President Xi Jinping, the government in Beijing says it is not ruling out force when it comes to reunifying with Taiwan. Beijing also said it's withdrawing a promise not to send troops to Taiwan if it takes control of the island. Furious at US House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's recent visit to Taipei, last week China launched the largest ever military exercises around the self-ruled island. The drills included the launch of ballistic missiles, some of which actually flew over Taiwan, and simulated sea and air attacks around the island. Beijing says its military has completed various tasks around Taiwan, but will conduct regular patrols. That's a potential signal to an end of days of war games. Meanwhile, the Taiwanese military has also held another live fire drill earlier today. That involved hundreds of troops.
Okay, all right, so a whole bunch of posturing is going on until what? Until God, whose name is Yahweh, enacts his plan. What is his plan? And why is he doing this? Let's get it. First, let's show you what he's doing. Joel 3. Here's what he's doing. 3 and 9, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, doing what? Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Why? Why? Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Right? That's World War III. Thither, cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. What does that mean? That means assemble yourselves, come all ye heathen. Let's talk about the militaries, and gather yourselves together round about. Okay, the mighty men, the men of war, the armies, all get yourselves in one area. Why? The ambush. Who are God's mighty ones? The angels. They're going to come out of the fourth dimension and ambush all the armies of the world. Joel 3 and 2. I, the Most High, will also gather all nations, the armies of these nations, and bring them down into the valley of Yahweh-Shaphat, God's judgment. Okay, let's read that in the NLT. I will gather the armies of the world into the valley of Jehoshaphat. Why? Why? There will I judge them for harming my people. Who are God's people? The 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, not just the Jews. Okay, the word Jew is slang for the tribe of Judah, or the 3 tribes of Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, who were in the land at the time of who you ignorantly call Jesus Christ. Okay, the other 10 tribes were already over here in Babylon the Great, which is America, the Native Americans, and the Latinos. They were already here during the time of Christ. So when Yahushua, which is his name, who the people ignorantly call Jesus Christ, when he says, I have other sheep that I must go to, he's talking about over here in the Americas, where the other tribes were since the Assyrian captivity, after they left the Assyrian captivity. Okay? So what is God doing? Gathering the armies of the world into the valley of Jehoshaphat. Why? Because he's going to launch an ambush on them. Why? Because of what these nations did to his people. There will I put them on trial for what they did to my people Israel. Okay? And we all know what they did. Okay? Slavery. Killing. They're still doing it today. Get in the back of the squad car, nigga. Now that I cuffed you. Pop, pop, pop. That. God's mad about that. All right? Just plain and simple. Let's get a picture of it. Let's get some pictures of this. Oh, there it is. Out of the fourth dimension, the angels are coming to fight against, to put down the armies of the world. All right? Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. And the armies of the world are going to try to fight against the angels like dumbasses, just like Pharaoh did, right? Because out in the desert, okay, during the time of Pharaoh in ancient Egypt, okay, Guess what was there? Guess what was fighting for the Israelites and holding off the Egyptians? Guess what was there? This thing was there. Okay? And it's going to be there. It's been in all of the wars. These things are in all of the wars. Okay? All I got to do is put in UFOs in World War II. Let's do it. Okay? And we'll let the soldiers, UFOs in World War II. In Vietnam.
The Arthurian people, Pleiadian.
That's bullshit. We don't believe in
It's the middle of the night and you're a pilot flying over Germany during World War II, when suddenly in front of you are what appear to be great big fireballs. One pilot described them as will-o'-the-wisps, while other pilots said they were almost alien looking. Anyone who saw them said the same thing though, that it was extremely hard to get away from them. They didn't attack, just followed and darted around. One American pilot said, "I thought it was some new form of jet propulsion."
Okay, so they go all the way back. All the way back to what? All the way back to this fucking Slovakia, to this fight right here. Okay? This was a war. All right? Well, let's read about it. Let's see if we can get it here. I'm going to have to search it out. This is this thing. It's describing what this thing did. And the angel of God, who had gone before the camp of Israel, withdrew and went behind them. The pillar of cloud also moved from before them and stood behind them. Okay? Let's read on. 14 and 20. And it came between the camp of the Egyptians and the camp of Israel. A cloud doesn't do that. Okay? And it was a cloud and darkness to them, but it gave light by night to these, so that the one came not near the other all night. What is this cloud? Okay? What is this pillar of cloud? All right? Let's go back and get some precepts. Exodus 13 and 21. And the Lord went before them in a pillar of cloud, this thing, to guide their way by day, and in a pillar of fire by night, to give them light by night, so that they could travel by day or night. Neither the pillar of cloud by day nor the pillar of fire by night left its place before the people. You see this? What is this cloud? Psalm 104 and 1. Bless the Lord, O my soul. O Lord, my power, thou art very great. Thou art clothed with honor and majesty, who covers thyself with light as with a garment, who stretchest out the heaven like a curtain, who layeth the beams of his chambers in the water, who maketh the clouds his chariot. There's the cloud. There's the fire. Pillar of fire by night, Pillar of cloud by day. What is this? This chariot. This chariot. It was there. It parted the Red Sea. God parted the Red Sea. Yeah. Understand? It beamed up the one that you call Jesus. It took Elijah. Okay. Elijah went up by a whirlwind. Okay. The ascension. What do you think an ascension is? And when he had this, this is Acts 1 and 9, and when he had spoken these things while they beheld, he, who's he? Yahushua, the one you ignorantly call Jesus. He was taken up, and a cloud received him out of the, what is that cloud? It's the chariot. Received him out of their sight. And while they looked steadfastly towards heaven as he went up, behold, two men stood by them in white apparel, those angels, which also said, Ye men of Galilee, why stand ye gazing up into heaven? This same Yahushua, which is taken up from you into heaven, shall so come in like manner as you have seen him go into heaven. So the second coming, what does this word say right here? Shall so, second coming, when he comes back, when he comes back, the second coming. Let's read about it. Revelation 1 and 7. Behold, he, who's he? Yahushua, second coming, cometh with UFOs. And every eye shall see him. Why? Because it's going to be so damn big. Let's get a picture of it. An image. I play the video, but they'll give me they'll check me if you that's YouTube. Let's get.
Would you like to?
Let's get. Go in the Independence Day with Will Smith. Images. What the hell is this? What is this? Every eye shall see. Where's the one coming out of the clouds? They're hiding it now. They know that we use it. Independence Day ID 4. Come on. What is the most important character in ID 4? It's not Will Smith. It's the ship. Where you at? See that? The clouds. So the one you called Jesus was beamed up. A cloud received him. What cloud? Okay. First of all, the cloud is a chariot. Not the cloud, the chariot. It's a cloaking device. Did it not come out of that? These things can disappear. They can make themselves look like birds. They can get bigger. They can get smaller. All right? You don't understand the Most High and how he works. All right. So back to World War III. All right. World War III is going to culminate with these things, just like they're showing you in this movie. What is this movie about? It's about the war in heaven. Look at this. Isn't the Independence Day, isn't it about these things? What are they showing? They're showing you. They know. It's okay. See, this shit don't exist, but these exist. They know that. All right? They know that they're going to go to war, right? With the chariots. They know it. Why? Because it says so right here. They're going to stop fighting each other in World War III. Okay? What is this? 19 and 19. And I saw the beast, NATO and the EU, and the kings of the earth, all of them, all the premiers, prime ministers, presidents, and their armies gathered together to make war against him that sat on the horse and against his army. Who sat on the horse? Yahushua. And I saw heaven open. Out of the fourth dimension came, and behold, a white horse, a UFO. And the pilot of that UFO, he that sat upon him, was Jesus. He came back to judge. There will I judge them and make war. And the armies which were in heaven followed him, the angels, upon UFOs, and they had a fight with the armies of the world. Okay? And it looks like this. And there was war in heaven. Heaven meaning the sky. Satan and his angels, well, Michael and his angels fought against the dragon. Okay? Against, what's his name? Against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his blue angels. And it just is what it is. All right? He came to do what? Judge and make war. Let's get it. Back to Joel. There will I judge them. How? By making war on them. I will gather the armies of the world into the valley of Jehoshaphat and launch that ambush. There will I judge them. How's he going to judge me? Sending his son back in an indestructible, right, war chariot that cannot be defeated. He's going to make quick work. Right? It's not going to end the way ID4 did, with Will Smith smoking a goddamn cigar. All right? Will Smith's black ass is going to get burned up, shot down, right? Because you can't overcome the Most High Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. So, anyway, this is what we see going on. All right, so I might have, went on a tangent, but that's the spirit. All right? So with that, we hope that the elect are edified. With that, we're going to say shalom.